Hi, I'm Kelly Feniger, Director of Early Learning at WGTE Public Media in Toledo, Ohio. Since 1998, Ohio educational television stations have conducted Ohio Ready to Learn professional development trainings for early childhood professionals all throughout Ohio. These workshops have covered a wide range of relevant topics throughout the years, including child development, media literacy, assessment and observation, emergent literacy, and positive guidance. Recently, the workshops have covered professionalism and ethics, building partnerships with families, and including children with special needs. These professional development workshops have been made possible by a continuing grant support from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. Right now, I'd like to review the major learning objectives from a recent Ohio Ready to Learn workshop, the Professionalism and Ethics in Early Childhood Programs training. If you attended this training, you'll remember that we examined the National Association for the Education of Young Children's Code of Ethical Conduct, and we explained the reasons for the code. Remember that the code defines the core values of the early childhood educator profession. It's organized into 4 sections. First, we have the ethical responsibilities to children section, the ethical responsibilities to family section. The 3rd section is the ethical responsibilities to colleagues or coworkers, and the 4th section is the ethical responsibilities to community and society. Responsibilities to children are listed first because the main reason that we have the code of ethics is so that we can protect young children who are vulnerable and cannot protect themselves. As early childhood professionals, our main responsibility is to care for, nurture, and protect children, but it is also vitally important that we build mutually respectful relationships with families, colleagues, and people in our community. The Code of Ethics can serve as a valuable guide for us as we work through solving conflicts and dilemmas that involve the multiple parties that I just mentioned. During the Professionalism and Ethics in Early Childhood Programs workshop, we talked about putting the NAEYC Code of Ethics into practice. Specifically, we talked about the importance of practicing the principle of confidentiality and respecting the family's right to privacy as we work on developing relationships of mutual trust and partnerships. We talked about how harmful gossip can be to the children, families, and colleagues that we work with, and we discussed ways to prevent gossip and maintain confidentiality. One strategy that we discussed was creating a gossip-free zone in your childcare by establishing a policy where families and colleagues pledge to think before they speak. Before they speak, they should ask themselves these questions about what they are about to say. Is what I'm going to say true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And finally, is it kind? If it is not, then we really should not be saying it. Establishing gossip-free zones and encouraging people to address personal issues or concerns that they may have with someone directly, privately, and professionally can help us to maintain positive care environments where everyone feels respected. One final reminder that I want to make in regard to the issue of confidentiality is that while it is extremely important that we protect a family's right to privacy, it is even more important that we protect children by reporting any suspected cases of child abuse and neglect that we may discover in our interactions with families. We spent the last portion of the Professionalism and Ethics in Early Childhood Programs workshop planning and describing learning experiences that will support the development of peer interactions and relationships in young children. We used the Learning Triangle planning form as a template for planning activities. We discussed using educational videos, such as a video clip from the PBS Kids Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood program, where Daniel and his friends model sharing and getting along. Similar videos that model pro-social skills can be found on your local public television station, at pbskids.org, or on the free PBS Kids app for smartphones and tablets. In addition, you can choose children's books that relate to the theme of sharing and getting along. One example is the book Llama Llama Time to Share. Books like this can help model to children appropriate ways to interact with their classmates or their peers. You can implement other strategies or activities that encourage children to practice positive peer interactions as well, such as adding new materials to the dramatic play area and encouraging children to act out stories where problem solving is involved using puppet play or perhaps dress up. Finally, as a teacher and caregiver, you can demonstrate to children how to solve problems by modeling positive behavior and words in your interactions with others. You can also give children praise and positive feedback when they behave in socially acceptable ways to reinforce those positive interactions as well. Thanks for joining me for this review of the Ohio Ready to Learn Professionalism and Ethics in Early Childhood Programs workshop. For more information about Ohio early childhood education, including other Ohio-approved professional development training, please visit Early Childhood Ohio on the web at www.earlychildhoodohio.org.